Welcome to another segment of Fire Engineering's Training Minutes. My name is Ric Jorge. We're going to talk about breathing in this segment. After the hypervigilant video, this is the important part, is the breathing. I'm going to show you three different breathing techniques. One is box breathing, the other one is belly breathing, and there's a hum technique. The box breathing is actually very simple. It is a square box, and we'll start with the 3 count. So you'll see the 3 counts right there, and it goes all the way around the box. The top of the box is the inhale. The right side of the box is hold, the bottom of the box is exhale, and the left side of the box is hold. So on a count of 3, we inhale, we hold for 3, we exhale for 3. We hold for 3, we inhale for 3, and we repeat. This is a technique that's used by the United States Navy SEALs BUD program. It's found to have homeostatic effects, which means it decreases blood pressure, respiratory rate, and heart rate, and which in turn helps you kind of align yourself and get back into the parasympathetic nervous system and away from the sympathetic nervous system under stressful events. The other technique is called belly breathing. Belly breathing is different. It's the one that I prefer, and the reason I prefer it is because it utilizes the diaphragm to expand your chest and your lungs as much as possible. So it's just like eating. When you eat, your belly sticks out. When you digest, your belly goes in. So when you breathe in, your belly goes out. When you exhale, your belly goes in. But the chest hardly moves. Now, this is to be used when you find yourself out of breath, when you feel an anxiety attack coming on, when you feel panic coming on, if you're in the middle of a fire, something you're trying to catch your breath, or you're trying to calm yourself down. Belly breathing is perfect. And it doesn't have to be as pronounced either. Belly breathing has the exact same homeostatic effects as box breathing does. Breathing is used, that belly breathing is used by the United States Marine Corps snipers. They use that to slow their heart rate down so that they can shoot between heartbeats. Regardless, there's one more technique that's added to this, which is humming on exhale. It's called the Riley rescue breathing technique. It's been showed by a lot of different people, but it's actually very beneficial. So when you inhale and you exhale, a normal cycle for respiration is, but when you hum, it extends the cycle. By extending the cycle, you decrease the amount of breaths. So on the next video that you'll see where they're doing a search and they're manipulating a wheel, we'll explain that technique in that video. But the breathing that they're doing there is the belly breathing and the hum. And the reason that works so well is when you combine the two of them, it extends your respiratory cycle, but it decreases the amount of respirations that you take. Yes, you're going to breathe to catch your breath. After you catch your breath and you calm yourself and compose yourself, you begin the belly breathing and the hum. You don't incorporate the hum until you're prepared for it. That's going to prolong the entire respiratory cycle and decrease the respirations that you're taking, which means that your air is going to have, you're going to have a greater profile of survivability by extending the amount of air that you've got, the length of time that you can use it. So we've talked about 3 different breathing techniques. We combined 2 of them. Doesn't matter which one that you pick, as long as the one that you pick you master and you become very good at it. Breathing is going to be beneficial for you, especially as you get older. Your body's going to betray you. You're not going to be able to compensate the way that you did as you stick around in the fire service. We spoke about the hypervigilance in the previous video on this. There are a lot of things that are working against you, and breathing is the key to getting through all of those. When you combine these breathing techniques or use any one of them, and you combine them with and transition into fire service techniques, evolutions, training exercises, things like that, it will also bleed into your everyday life. So problems that you may have at home, and when you're coming home, that hypervigilance issue that we spoke about, breathing is the key. You can't learn to breathe good enough. Thank you for joining us for another segment of Fire Engineering's Training Minutes. My name is Ric Jorge.